Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LOS Stock Car M Series. We are here for round 4 at Atlanta. For the Ackermann 15 at Atlanta. Last time we were at Indianapolis at the Brickyard, and we saw one of the most insane races I've seen outside of Daytona. Like outside of the Daytona finale, that Indy race was one of the most insane races I've seen. And so far, it's going very well. I'm having a good time with, of course, Road America being changed to Michigan. The Brickyard, it's the Brickyard for crying out loud. Such a great place. But now we're going to another gem, also known as the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But as we're currently looking at the standings, we have our race leader, or championship leader, Ricky, with the number 5 Toyota Camry, currently in the lead with 12 points overall. After, of course, getting first and second at both Eldora and Michigan. He unfortunately did get involved in a crash at Indy, which that race I think I've seen like 5 or 6 crashes. It was an insane amount of crashes that we had over there. Either way, in second we have Yesap, currently with 9 points with the silver so far, and he has not seen victory lane yet, but he has been in the top 5 very frequently. And as I've always said, consistency is key within the series. So Yesap has done a very well job so far for the first 3 races, and also for the first half. In third, we have Kanzi. Despite all of the chaos that happened within the Brickyard, Kanzi managed to stay out of the danger, and he got himself into a victory lane at Indianapolis. He, of course, has also been doing very well at Dora. He's been doing all right. Well, okay, not all right, but he had a very horrible. He did not have a great or a good Michigan race. That's what I wanted to say. He didn't have a good Michigan race at all. But Brickyard, Indianapolis immediately turned it all around for him. So he's now currently in third, and Jack in fourth, the driver I think who was in third beforehand. After he got second, I think he got second. No. I think he got 4th. Yeah, he got 4th at Brickyard. But he is more consistent than the driver in number 5, JKR, who is with 5 points in the championship. Intoxicated in 6 with 3, and Jimmy Fuego both tied with 6. In 6th, and then Danny Allison and Demi Holloway both tied in 8th, and Metro still with nil under his name. But we will see if he can get himself a spot here, maybe in the top 5, maybe in the top 10. We'll be finding that out as we're about to start the race in a second. Of course, as I said last time, Indianapolis was an insane race to even watch, even from me, even from a commentator perspective. I was floored from that race. It was insane how well that went. But we are now at Atlanta, and I could guarantee you this is not gonna let us down either. As we are about to look at the qualifying session here at Atlanta. With Kanzi currently about to come out of the pits, and he is already getting ready to do his lap. Of course, Atlanta has seen a lot of good things here and there, and Kanzi, he already has 2 of the 3 race wins to get the Super Speedway Specialist achievement, which is, of course, to get the Super Speedway Specialist achievement, you need to win um, Daytona, Indy, and Talladega. He has already won Indy as last race we have seen after the tremendous amount of crashes that we have seen over there. Despite that, we're about to look at Kanzi cross the line with a 31.49, which is going to be the time for every of these other drivers. Ricky putting himself with a 130, or with a 166, not fast enough for the 5. The driver who has been on an absolute streak, the championship leader that we're looking at, Ricky has been fighting with tooth and nail within this entire series. He's been doing a fantastic job so far. Jimmy Fuego also getting ready to do his run. JKR going across the line with a 31.667. Not a good run for the Dutchman here, but he does not have to worry about leaving the series. He already has 5 points, which for the LRS, of course, in the Stock Car Series or in the M Series, minimum is 5 points to really get yourself safe for the upcoming for the next season. And for Pro, it's a bit tougher. For Pro, it's 10. If you have less than 10 points there, then yeah, you're going down. But I feel like we're going to have many drivers with more than 5 points within the series. I don't think we'll ever see anyone leaving the series at all. As Jack is a second, Kanzi is still in the lead, surprisingly. And Jack took a second away from Ricky, who is now in third. He's up at fourth, and it looks like I think Itaxi just submitted this run. Now we're looking at the 17, the driver who was, of course, who is part of the Aluminum Spaces duo. Got into a huge crash and is now pole position, provisional pole for the 17 in the Ford Mustang. Fantastic run right there, and that is without boosting. Still, it could happen. Maybe drivers will boost one another. We've seen that a lot at Michigan, by the way. At Michigan, we've seen a shit amount of boosting. And Tasqueta has to be careful as Rick is about to come into the field. Tasqueta had to slow down. Unfortunately, his run had to be cut off over there, but he has another chance. He's now getting ahead of the 5, and he's going to try again. Never mind, he's going back into the pits. Now Rick is going to try to do his run. I think Tasqueta is going into the pits mostly for fuel and all of the other necessary things. But either way, we have less than 6 minutes remaining here at Atlanta. Looking at the 77 of Demi Hollywood, currently in 8th for the 36.21. With we have a whole entire list of achievements. And there's also some specifically for Stock Car, but also for the future of LRS, we also have a bunch for different series. So let's say we have one for Formula, we have one for GT, we have one for Prototype, which that is going to be another thing that we'll also see. And that's actually where the rookies after Legends 1. So with Legends 1, then everything comes in, and of course we'll have LMP3 drivers along with LMP1 drivers. But for LMP3 drivers, or for like drivers who come into LRS after Legends 2, of course we'll have new drivers, new rookies and such. They have to start at LMP3 for the drivers now. Who are coming after Legends 1, which means like we're going from like 22 drivers to I think 37 drivers. We'll have a total of I think like definitely in the 30s of drivers who all be competing in different series. Of course, every driver has a chance to do 2 series. So, like, for example, like JKR right here, he'll be racing in GT and Stock Car. So he'll stick to the series, but he'll also partake within the GT series, where there's actually been footage. Of course, there's a test season which he has partaken in, and he drives the 72. And at that time with the Ackermann Motorsports. GT or Mercedes AMG GT3. And now he's here with the 72 Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Ackermann Motorsports, Chevy Camaro. Major coming into the pits. Another Chevy driver. Multiple cars trying to go for a faster run than Danny Allister's run, but it is a bit difficult for these drivers to really pull off that proper run. Kanzi might be able to do it since he has to drive off 2 vehicles, giving him an insane amount of slipstream, which could possibly see a new pole sitter. Never mind, he cuts it off. It could have been an insane run, however, if he did. But Kanzi cut it off, and he says it's enough for now. Now, Kanzi's teammate Jim Fuego getting a bit held back thanks to Jack joining in on the field. And Jack trying to get back up to speed. Jim Fuego also pushing back on the gas. Yeah, but for example, we also have one for the Stock Car King, which is also a big one. That means you have to win the Daytona race, the Talladega race, and the Eldora race. Meaning that, for example, if Ricky now wins Talladega this season, he has the Stock Car King achievement. But there's of course also the Brickyard Beast, which means you need to do Indianapolis on every series. Well, of course, it's not possible, but also teams could partake within that challenge. Not only drivers, but also teams. They could also do it. For example, like Daytona, Atlanta, Talladega. That's the Southern Speedster. Which is the Super Speedway Specialist, which is Daytona, Talladega, and Indianapolis. As Jimmy Fuego, excuse me, I got so concentrated on talking about this list, I did not even notice that Kanzi's teammate, the 32, is at pole position right now. A provisional pole. And I think he did that with the use of Jack, and I think Jack also got himself a way to slingshot ahead of the 32. So I think he might put a top 3 run right now, depending on if he'll actually go in or no, he's going to go into the pits. Bummer. Unfortunate. Would have been an insane run to see. But Jimmy Fuego breaking the 30-second barrier and goes under 30 seconds with a 29.801 as we have less than a minute remaining here at Atlanta. Demi Hollywood all the way in last. Metro in 5th. So he could possibly get himself some points here and there, depending on how the entire race goes after this. Of course, it's 10 laps, so you got 20 shots in that fact. You pretty much got 20 shots of trying to get yourself into the victory lane. Constantly cross the line. Unfortunately, it will not be a 1-2 for the Buckshot Bros, but hey, it's still a top. It's still a podium for the Buckshot Bros. 1-3, better than nothing. As the qualifying session is finished, let's see who will be getting pole position here. Looks like none of these cars will. Yasop about to come over. And so far, let's see if Yasop will put a proper run. I think he can. No. Meaning Jimmy Fuego, Danny Allister, Metro, Kanzi, and Ricky is your top 5 for the qualifying session. And now, onto the race. As we are about to go green, racing here for 6 laps for the Ackermann 15 at Atlanta. Danny Allister immediately saw an opportunity, swooped in. I don't think he jump started. No, there's no way he's jump started. I think he just had such a good runoff. Kanzi in fourth, trying to find a way to get ahead of Metro. Oh, Metro into the wall, but he does recover the vehicle. Kanzi had to back out a bit, had to slow down on the vehicle, because I don't think he wants to get into a crash with him. I don't think anyone wants to get into a crash at the moment. It's round 2 out of 6. You don't want to get out at the moment. That is going to be a bummer if you do. Now Kanzi on the inside. He could go for a move right now. Let's take a look at Jack. He has front row seats to the battle when Kanzi puts that Buckshot Bros Chevy Camaro into third spot, making it a 2-3 for the Buckshot Bros. But Jimmy Fuego might make it a 1-3 as he tried to go on the inside on Danny Allister. But looks like he backed out as he did not have enough space and enough speed and the momentum to get ahead. Jack now behind Ricky and Demi Hollywood all the way at the back of the field. He could try to go for a move right here. He could turn a 10th into a 9th, but it's just a 9th. Unfortunate. And this is on home soil too for Demi. Very, very unfortunate right here. So about to go into lap 4. Danny Ellis is still leading, but Jimmy Fuego on the verge of overtaking at any second. Now Metro trying to make a move with Kanzi. Can he take that? Can he take that third spot away? It did not work for him. Kanzi put a proper defense. And Metro had to back out there. Jack on the side of Ricky. He could try to make a move. Well, it looks like other people trying to make a move on Jack too, not only Ricky. And JKR gets ahead of Intoxicated of his own teammate, and now he's trying to get 2 birds with 1 stone. Not really working for him as the 72 and the 16 are side to side. It is literally one or the other. Whoa, they got really close. JKR had to back out, and now Intoxicated got too wide. Oh, JKR also hit the wall over there. As well, waving white flag. 1 more lap to go. Final lap for these 10 drivers. But which of the 3, and I'll say which of the 5, in fact, will get themselves into victory lane here at Atlanta? This is, of course, part of the LRS Classics achievement. And it looks like Danny Allister waving a black and white checkered flag. It looks like Danny Allister will take the victory here at Atlanta. Beautiful, beautiful race right there. About to take a look next at the results. Danny Allister took the victory lane at Atlanta. Jimmy Fuego in second, Akansi in third, making that a 2-3 for the Buckshot Bros. Metro in fourth, and Ricky in fifth, making that your top 5. And also drivers who scored points in the LRS M series. Jack just missing out, JKR also out of it. Yasab out, Intoxicated no points, and Demi no points, but Metro did crawl himself out of that top or out of the 0-point situation that he was in. As we're now going to be taking a look at the results so far. Ricky in first, but looking at the scores, it might not be for long anymore since Kanzi is second with 2 points behind him. If Ricky would, hopefully not, but if Ricky would crash out and Kanzi stays, he could take the lead of the championship right here. Jimmy Fuego in third, making that a 2-3 for the Buckshot Bros so far. And Yasap also in third, both tied. Jimmy Fuego and Yasap both tied for third spot. But it looks, let's see what the 55 for the 32 will be doing at the end of, or at the M series thus by Dream Race. Jack in fifth with a total 7 points. JKR or Danny Elster in 6th with 7 points, and JKR, who went from 5th, lost on 2 positions after he was 5th. He lost to Jack and he lost to Jim Fuego and also to Danny Elster. Very unfortunate for the Dutchman, but we'll see what he'll be doing. And His teammate, however, is an A for 3 points, and Metro and Demi both tied with 2, both fighting for 9th spot. And all the 10 drivers have at least 1 point, at least 2 points, I would say. Now the question is, who is going to be getting 5 points at the end of the season? That's the bigger and the more important thing, as we're about to be taking a look next at the M Series Dustbite Dream Race. So until